Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. So I've got my Mono Shurima Turbo Sun Disc to share with everyone. A lot of people have been calling this deck a meme, but I think it can be so much more. This deck aims to force draw Ascended champions, get them on the board, and play Ascendance Rise in order to flip Sun Disc as early as possible. It's a combo deck that feels like a pseudo Exodia, because once you pull it off, you probably win. I want to run through my card choices, explain why they're in the deck, and give you the knowledge to pilot the deck yourself. The code for the deck will be in the description below along with the Mobalytics link. Before I get into the deck profile, if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay up to date with my content. The road to 5k is going strong and I need all the help I can get, so it'd be awesome if you joined. I also stream on Twitch often, so check me out over there if you're looking for live gameplay. With that, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. Okay, so I'm going to preface this by saying this is my favorite deck of the expansion so far. I love playing a super high risk, all-in deck that gets rewarded with a movie worth of cinematics. It feels so great to pull off, and that passion is what made me develop this variation that I think is a little different than others. With that, let's get into the numbers. So the methodology behind this deck is that everything is in here for a purpose in order to fully turbo Sun Disc. For example, let's talk about the number of my champions. I have 2 Azir, 2 Renekton, and 2 Nasus. This gives us the optimal numbers in order to find like one copy of 2 of them at a time, because that's what we're looking for. We want either like Azir Renekton, Azir Nasus, or Renekton Nasus, right? So having 222 is the best possible numbers at finding one of 2 of the champions, right? Makes sense? Kind of hard to explain. So every card is in here purposefully in order to pull one of the champions. You know, of the 3 that we're running, 2 copies of each. We want to see 2 of them, and we have a lot of predict, we have a lot of draw in order to fully utilize the power of Shurima resources in order to get Ascendance Call and flip Sun Disc. So let's start off with triple Rite of Calling. Kill an ally or destroy a mana gem to draw a champion. For the most part, you want to hit Dune Keeper or the Sand Soldier or Rock Hopper or your Chronomancer. You usually don't want to destroy your mana gem unless you're already going into the late game and you don't really need it anymore for Ascendance Rise. This is basically as like a last ditch effort in order to draw one of the champions that have been destroyed this game. If you play like your Azir and your Renekton, and then like let's say they Culling Strike your Azir, or they challenge your Azir or your Renekton and kill it, then you use Rite of Calling in the mid game to get another one, and then you can Ascendance Call after that. So it's basically like a second way to get champions if you let them die early. Next we have Ancient Preparations, play, predict, so we get to look at the top 3 cards, manipulate it, put it at the top of the deck, and then force draw it next turn. So this really helps with combo pieces if we open 1 or 2 champions, of course, and then you predict you want to see Ascendance Rise because that's your last combo piece, or you can find like another champion as well. It really depends on what you have in your hand state in order to like pick up all the pieces. Again, this is why I want to reiterate, it's kind of like Exodia. So for example, if you have your head and a couple arms, man, you gotta go for your legs next, right? So that's what you're kind of doing here. So we got double buried Sun Disc. This is not because we're playing around the bug or the weird interaction of having 2 Sun Discs on the board, and then if one Ascendance level, it like doubles. I don't know what's going on there. It seems really, really stupid. But this is basically for if the first one gets removed by a landmark destruction card, then we have a second one in the deck somewhere. Maybe want to run this at 3 in case landmark removal is running rampant, and then yeah, we have like another one to play around afterwards. So we got Dune Keeper. Dune Keeper is really good early game. He just, you know, you play him, you can Rite of Calling him, he's sacrificial. The cards in here aren't really meant to level up any of the champions. Like, as you can see, we're not playing a heavy amount of synergy for any of the champions actually. We're not running Emperor Dies, we're not running Sand Soldier spawning, we're not running anything like that to help Azir. We're not running Exhaust to help Renekton or any kind of challenger, and we're not running any Slay stuff to help Nasus, because the way that we're leveling them is through Ascendance Rise itself. We don't really care about the synergy. If we waste deck slots putting in cards that help them level up the first time, then we're just going about this deck completely wrong. So that's Dune Keeper's in here because yeah, he does help Azir or whatever, but he's actually in here just because he's an early game unit, and because he's 2 bodies, and because Rite of Calling can hit them. You know, we want to play as slow as possible. We usually don't want to attack and like use our resources. We want to play our units, have them on defense turns in order to block while we develop our win condition, which is 2 champions plus Ascendant's Rise combo. So next we have Shapestone. Shapestone is a really good combat trick. It can help protect your champions if they're getting attacked, or use removal on them and whatnot. And it can also help trade up in case we need to. Shapestone is turned on for the entirety of the game as soon as you play Sundisk on 1. So yeah, it's always going to be a +3/+1. Just a really broken combat trick for 1 mana. Aspiring Chronomancer is in here because of the Predict. This helps us find our combo pieces, just like Ancient Preparations. And he's also a 2/3 unit, so it's pretty nice to have on the board early and defend against some attacks. Preservarium, when I'm summoned, draw 1, countdown, draw another. So this is just, you know, Pot of Greed. I guess technically it's more like Shard of Greed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you have to wait a turn or so. But yeah, this is basically just draw 2, and that's really nice at finding your combo as well. Rockhopper is the only card in here that doesn't actually have an immediate purpose. He's just another body like Chronomancer, and he summons something that like makes your opponent's next unit they summon vulnerable. So he's a really good deterrent. You can play him, and then your opponents have to like play around the stupid Roiling Sands. So yeah, he's also a pretty good target to hit with Rite of Calling if you get him. He can be replaced for something else. I was trying to find more draw, just more consistency. Like, I guess Ruinous Path could be okay, just 2 mana draw 1, but you're not really slaying enough to get the extra effect. So I guess it's just a 2 mana draw 1. So that is something I would consider. Hierophant is completely unnecessary because we're not really needing to advance the Sundisk by any amount of rounds. The way we're doing this is countdown 25, right? So as soon as we get to round 5, this is at countdown 20, or round 6, I guess. This is countdown 20. And then if you level 2 champions at the same time, it's countdown 0 immediately. So we don't need to advance the rounds at all. It literally doesn't help us. So Hierophant's not very good, but I guess he's an okay body. I think Rockhopper is actually just better at that point though. So next we have the 2 Azir. Again, no Sand Soldier support in this deck, literally at all, minus Dunekeeper, and he's just in here because he's Dunekeeper. Yep, 2 Azir. I mean, the numbers I already explained at the beginning, so that's why we got him. When he levels up and gets Emperor deck, he's actually like, I guess, the weakest Ascendant, but he's so nice because of his cost. So something else I want to talk about real quick, like a side note, is it's technically possible to play Ascendant's Rise perfectly on turn 5. And this is best case scenario, okay? I'm not going to say this happens a lot, but if you play something on turn 1, you float turn 2 completely, turn 3 Azir, turn 4 Renekton, and then turn 5 Ascendant's Rise with your 2 banked mana from turn 2. That's Ascendant's Rise on Azir Renekton. So that's like as early as you can get it off if you're uninterrupted. Again, you have to play around like your opponent developing a board and killing your stuff, and so it's not going to happen often, but I've done it. I'm saying it can happen. It's kind of cool, and that's as fast as you can get it done. So that's why like Azir is good and he's bad. He's bad because the Emperor deck doesn't win you the game right away like Renekton Nasus do, but he's the cheapest one, so he allows you to do the 3/4 and then Ascendant's Rise on 5 combo, which is pretty cool. We got Quicksand. This helps protect our champions if they're on the board and your opponent is trying to challenge them. Like let's say they have their own Renekton and they're trying to kill your Azir. Well, you can Quicksand. Really good. So it's protection for your champion so that you can develop the combo. Golden Ambassador is another force draw. Really good in this deck. And like the 2/2/2 also benefits you because like let's say if you have 1 Azir in hand already, your Golden Ambassador has a 4 out of 5 chance to draw something that isn't Azir. That's just amazing. That's perfect for your combo game. Same with Rite of Calling. If you have 1 champion, you're probably not going to get a duplicate. That's why I think running 2/2/2 is better than like a 3 Renekton, 3 Nasus. Because if you have a Renekton in hand and then you play like your force draw, you have a higher chance of drawing Nasus, yes, but you could still hit a double Renekton and then boom, you can't get your Ascendant's Rise anymore because you don't have 2 separate champions. You have 2 copies of Renekton in your hand, right? So that's why I really like the boom, easy clap. Triple Ride Negation, of course, this is good for stopping your opponent's strategies, and this is if it goes like late enough and you don't get Ascendant's Rise early and you're kind of worried that they have a negation of their own, like you're playing against Shurima or Ionia, you can do Ascendant's Rise and then Ride of Negation as well, I guess on turn 8 with 3 mana banked. then you have enough to do Ascendance Rise and Ride Negation. So that's pretty nice. And then Nasus, of course, is the other champion. You get him leveled, get him level 3 with Ascendance Rise, and him and Renekton just kind of like beat people down. It feels so cool. And also, like I said before, I really like the cinematics, because if you do Ascendance Rise with 2 of them, you and your opponent have to watch 4 level up animations, and believe me, it is so much more grueling for your opponent than it is for you. You're sitting there eating popcorn, you got your glasses on, 3D movie, IMAX, 3 screens, loud surround sound. You're all hype, man. It feels so cool, and your opponent's like, man, this, I just want to FF. Like, the difference of perspective is so good. I absolutely love it. It's just so fun to pull off. But yeah, I think this is the proper direction to go if we're doing Sundisk stuff. With that, I just wanted to provide a good foundation for the deck and tell you guys about my methodology behind it. I shared this deck like on stream like Friday, Monday, or whatever, a couple days after the expansion, almost a week, so maybe it was like a little bit unrefined and that's why I was performing, but I shared it with a couple of my viewers on Twitch, and they had success. They were coming back to me that same stream saying, yo, I just pulled off the combo, and then like 30 minutes later like, yo, I just pulled it off again. So I think this might be the right direction. I feel very confident that we need to have this exact mindset in order to develop Sundisk strategies in the future. So I hope I did that, and I encourage players to mess with the numbers, put in whatever twists you like, maybe think about third Sundisk, maybe think about taking out Rockhopper and putting in something else that pushes the combo even farther, make it more consistent. That is what we need. This is how we as Ascendants rise and bring glory to Shurima, alright? I'm role playing right now because I just love this so much. I really like Shurima. And that about wraps it up for the deck profile. Now here's some live commentary games so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context of why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. Alright, so we have Trundle Lissandra, very good control style. P and Z secondary, very interesting choice. So I will hard mulligan for champion and champion draw. Probably not going to need quicksand early versus this. Okay, we have board, so this is really good for Riot Negation. And we have predict. Oh, we got 1 champion so far. That's pretty nice. This is a second champion essentially, so now we just need to see Ascendance Rise and we have full combo. And we have 2 ways to predict it now. I'm gonna go with the unit predict. Renekton, we'll take another champion. That's good for me. Then we're going to open attack.
I turn it like so.
I believe. Maybe I could play Azir this turn. Yeah, maybe it's Azir.
You need not follow, but you will witness.
It's either open attack and then play predict to try to find a sentence call, or it's play Azir for pressure. He would have to like thermo this Azir.
It can be undone.
Since he's running P and Z.
Stand down.
Catalyst, okay. So we run in some ramp. He's probably got Feel the Rush in here, yeah. Another predict is good. I think I'll play my Renekton. Trundle. Yeah, we'll play Renekton.
How good to serve the Emperor once more. Let it help you remember who you once were.
Cool. They're just chill with each other. I like that. I'll take the 4 here, of course. And then we're going to double predict. We need to see the Ascendance Rise. So we'll do low cost predict first. None of that is good, but I'll put Riot Negation on top. Just in case he plays Feel the Rush soon. And then I'm going to Chronomancer. I can skip the predict if I want to keep the right, or I can try to find the Ascendance Call. This will give me 2 more cards to look at, essentially. I don't really like these. Maybe I like the Preservarian.
We can always rely on you to keep us safe.
Draw's good. Can never hate on draw. And I really don't mind attacking like this.
Turn it like so.
There's nothing innately wrong with that.
You got a problem?
Yeah, here comes some spells. Mystic Shot. Mystic Shot. Okay, so he's running double Mystic, which is pretty interesting. So no more of those. But that is okay. 'Cause we have another champ in hand. Perseverium, yep. We predicted that.
Bow to your king.
It's not safe.
Sure, we can block now.
I try. Let me hear you call our Emperor's name!
Shurimans, I have waited millennia to hear your cheers.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
Perseverium. There's the sentence rise. Nice. Okay, so now we have full combo. Don't have the mana to do it next turn. So Thermo. Okay, running just P and Z removal. Okay, that's fine. I still got 2 champs, bro. We still in it. Renekton
The slaughter will never end.
as a big
He's
boy.
with us, right?
And then Azir, when he summons, will actually level himself. Which is really interesting. I actually naturally leveled Azir just because I'm going through multiple champions. But this deck has so many ways to keep drawing them. Like, even if he removes another one, I have Rite of Calling. That's going to get me a Nasus.
Troll lands now. It's good to be the king.
Yep. I find it interesting that he gave me a vulnerable target for my Renekton.
Shurima, your emperor. I have reached your path, and with me, Shurima.
Alright. Yeah, he should be kind of scared now.
I am their end. Face your end.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
Emperor commands.
That's all I technically need to do. 3 sisters. And Tomb. That's fine. He'll come back.
Stand down.
They always come back. I have Rand Negation now. Cool. I think we're just good. I'm pretty sure we are good to go with combo. He wants to obliterate my my dude. That is not cash money at all. So what we're going to do is destroy Mana Gem and not do that. Because I kind of want my Sun Disc in my dude. I kind of like having him. And luckily, this Ambassador is my strongest ally, so Ice Pillar did not vulnerable my Azir. You love to see that. Sure, we can play Chronomancer. Predict Nasus. Why not?
I don't want to meet whatever woke you up.
Smashing.
You gotta believe me.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun.
So I guess we can block here and
Listen to
here.
me.
Call it a day. Do the most damage to 8/8. Take 7 through Overwhelm. Sure.
My work.
Wish I had enough to do. Here.
Shurima, see what I see. Carry it with
I'm gonna kill an ally though.
you. I am honored.
Like if I had the mana to do Nasus and Ascendance Rise, that'd be so hilarious. Because then I have the triple threat.
It is time.
6 plus 7 is 13, so do not have enough. That would leave me at 4. Well, but we're gonna do it. Even if he has Field of Rush, I'm pretty strong.
The fury within me cannot be contained.
Sun Disc time.
Witness glory eternal. The butcher of the sands will reign supreme. The order is given.
Alright. Pretty good. Now, what does he do about this? He could thermal beam for 13.
Like a flower.
Okay. So that will deal up to 5 max.
Ambition incarnate.
2. Wow. Very strong. Play Emperor's Guard.
God Emperor Azir, your power eclipses all.
The sun disk is restored to its splendor.
That's too funny. Okay, so what are we hitting? We can hit
To glory.
like this. Keep my Azir protected. Or Renekton can hit it, and that's gonna be like a lot of damage, right? It's gonna be quite a lot of damage. 15 over that's 13 by itself, right? That's gonna go down to 4. That's 12. And then wait, that's lethal, I think. Because this is gonna go to 4 HP. Hold on, big brain math real quick. So that's going to deal T minus 4, 9, 10. No, it's not lethal. It's a lot of damage, but not quite lethal yet. Yep. 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 You have to lose your entire board. And that's exact lethal. Okay, so I mean, I guess that was the right way to do it. And that's a lot of damage. Even with all that removal, I just draw champion after champion after champion.
Dust beneath my heel.
Alright, so we got some kind of teemo. I don't know what this is. Teemo, Shadow Isles. But we have Quicksand for him. I'm gonna pitch everything else. We have double Quicksand for him. Nice. And Rockhopper. Sun Disc on 1, of course. Oh, okay. I get to develop Rockhopper then. I guess he could like Vile Feast. Vile Feast will kill Rockhopper. Rolling Sands will vulnerable the Spider, which is pretty low value for me. Doesn't look like he even does that though.
Woohoo!
Okay, I'll take a quick 3 and then pass. Why not? Foundry? Wait, that's actually good for me. Wait, I'm playing Exodia. He's helping me. What in the world is this guy's deck?
Too slow, stupid.
Okay.
You cannot hide forever, Nasus.
I think he's helping me.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Yeah, this is a scripted
Go
match.
Scout ahead.
Okay. Does he FF off of this or what? Huh.
Too cute to go.
Double Hex Score is gonna be really annoying though. I have to play so much a turn.
We live in hallowed times.
I guess I'm refusing to do that though.
Cut them down.
I'd rather just do this. Then I can play Azir and Ascendance Rise later. Like, no matter what, I'm going to mill my hand. Okay. 4 away from natural level. Alright, time to start burning some cards. Ow. I have another Quicksand for a teemo too.
Shurima, your Emperor has returned. Allow me to clear a path for you.
Huh.
I've been down in the sump, haven't you?
Yeah, I definitely have the quicksand. Poor Teemo, man.
Swiftly.
Just doesn't feel like he's allowed to play. That's an FF.
Strike me!
I have Ascendant's Rise as well next turn. Natural level Renekton.
Blade on their bones.
Too cute to go.
Scrap Dash Assembly? You got it. What is this meme deck, bro? Can I naturally level Azir? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No. Well, I mean, I could on attack. Eh. Ascendant's Rise. Azir doesn't get vengeance here, there's no way. Yay! Animation time.
Tell the people what you have seen today.
Vroom.
The Butcher of the Sands will reign supreme.
Technically, this changes my deck to the Emperor deck, so I don't have Shrooms in it anymore.
My destiny awaits. Arise.
See? No Shrooms. Oh, there's the vengeance. Why didn't he just vengeance my Azir? Well, that doesn't make much sense.
The Emperor commands, the land obeys.
To glory.
Obviously, we'll attack like this because 2-1 dies to 2-3 for free. But we don't want that.
Glorious sacrifice.
But I have another one. Ow. Ow. All of my cards are burning.
Oh, if mushrooms could.
At last, you will serve by my side. Chaos serves no one.
If it's made of sand, I can ride it.
Sapling toss? Sure.
They grow up so fast.
Huh? In what world do you attack? My man's is crazy, dude. He's an actual psychopath player. Huh? My guy, what are you doing?
Can't steer.
I mean, that's
We can
kind of
always
cool.
rely on you to keep us safe.
Azir's command!
Spare no one.
Alright. Jury rig, yep. I respect it. Dude, this guy's going toe to toe with the Emperor in the late game.
Would a mushroom help?
He's crazy. Get excited and Mystic Shot. Well, that's kind of rough for him because I have this thing called Rite of Negation, which will kill both of his things. It's like a double deny right now. Yeah, I can destroy a Mana Gem. It's gonna negate both of his things on the stack. Bye bye. If he had 1 less HP, I could also kill him with Shapestone here. That's the rare point where Rite of Negation is better than Deny.
Observe and learn.
Oh, round start rally? Absolutely. That's exactly what I need to win.
What is mine?
Because him having this attack turn was going to be a little bit annoying for me. I don't have the mana to play Ascendant Skull. Oh, it burned anyways.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
Ripped apart.
There we go. Should be good. Get this visual bug out of here real quick. There we go. Silly game. I actually got to play really hard into the Emperor deck. I did not expect that. Ascendant's Call would have been so funny if I actually resolved it. Because then I could get my Nasus out too. Yeah, I definitely wasn't giving that Teemo deck enough credit. It was actually kind of strong, and I could see where he was going with the idea, so wow. I got to play a lot of my Azir deck too. I haven't gotten to do that too often. But yeah, so my final thoughts on this deck is that it is not perfect right now, and I think a meta needs to completely shape out before this deck has room to like actually have an impact. My thoughts on it is that it's also a anti-control deck. That's kind of how I've been treating it. It kind of reminds me of Deep in that regard, where if I'm fighting a control strategy and my win condition is left alone, mine is just so much better than my opponent's that I can win like any control matchup. So I think it's going to end up being only powerful in those instances. So this could be like an anti-meta deck, like if there's a bunch of control. It could be a rogue deck in that regard. It could be good in tournament format to run it as an anti-control tool because it's better than Deep in my opinion. So yeah, I think I need to work on it a little bit more. I think the Rockhopper is not doing as much as I'd like him to. I'd rather this be a lot of other cards sometimes, especially when I constantly open 3 of him. I think I want to put him to 2 and Sundisk to 3 would be like an immediate number change. But yeah, definitely play around with it. Try to figure out how to turbo this even more. If you want to see another highlight with the deck, I highly recommend checking out the video titled Lysandra and Sundisk decks are insane, because I got a really nice highlight play with Sundisk in it as the second game. Super fun. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out since I'm still trying to grow. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, and gameplay highlights in the near future. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters.